Hey guys, it's Nicolai here, and today I'm doing my June wrap up. I haven't done one of these for a while now, so I hope I'm not too rusty, but let's just get straight into it. The first book that I read in June was The Final Empire, which is the first book in the Mistborn trilogy by Brandon Sanderson. I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. I thoroughly enjoyed the world building, the characters, the dynamics, the magical elements in this book, and it was just phenomenal. So in this book, the Lord Overruler, who's basically like the evil Lord Voldemort-y dude, set out to save the world and save the people and instead enslave them. And Kelsier, who is one of the main characters of this book, is plotting to overthrow him. The beginning of the book reminded me a lot of Six of Crows, both in the plot and the character dynamics, so I think if you enjoyed Six of Crows and you're looking for a similar sort of feel but with an older cast of characters, you'd really enjoy this. Vin, who is our other main character, was just such a refreshing high fantasy heroine. I know a lot of the times we get these like fierce female leads, and there's nothing wrong with that, but it was just really nice to see someone who was still naive despite her past. I was on the edge of my seat the whole time. If you love high fantasy, you should pick this up. Don't let the size intimidate you, and be prepared for a roller coaster of a ride. Even the last 50 pages, things happened that just blew my mind, and I just can't wait to continue with this series. The second book that I finished in June was Lair of Dreams by Libra Bray, which is the second book in the Diviners series. It's actually set in 1920s New York City, and it's about a group of individuals who have extraordinary powers. For example, Evie, one of the main characters, can actually read into people's secrets by touching an object that belongs to them. In the first book, we solved a mystery, and in the second book, people are being drawn into these beautiful dreams where they have everything they want. So money, riches, power, fame, love, and as soon as they accept this beautiful dream, they never wake up from it. Libra Bray's writing is just exceptional. If you like mystery, if you like the 1920s era, if you like paranormal, then this book is definitely for you. Of course, I gave this book a 5 out of 5 stars. If you're thinking about picking up Lair of Dreams or the Diviners and you're scared about the size, listen to the audiobook because the voice actor is amazing. She does the singing, the accents and everything perfectly, and it actually really did add to the mood of the book, and I really think I enjoyed it a lot more because of her narration. Next I picked up Me Before You by Jojo Moyes. It's about a quadriplegic by the name of Will Trainer. People play this book up to be more of a romance novel than it really is. I thought it was a very beautiful, very eye-opening exploration of what it's like to constantly have people judge you and look at you differently, and to have people make decisions on your behalf because they think that you can't make it yourself. There were a lot of powerful messages in this book that I wasn't expecting at all. It really made me think about how we as non-disabled people may react unconsciously to people who are different from us. If you are looking for a contemporary with some deeper messages and some really powerful messages and a really moving novel, then this is definitely the one for you. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. This month I thought it was about time that I finally picked up my first ever Marvel comic. If you guys don't know already, I'm a huge fan of the Marvel movies. I've always been intimidated to get into the comic world because it's just so much more intricate than the movieverse. I think you can get away with reading these little bind-ups and not having to go right from the beginning. Look at the illustrations and the artwork in this comic. It is just gorgeous and beautiful. I really enjoyed seeing the characters come to life. I was a bit confused with some of the characters that appeared and some of the plot things that they mentioned. I ended up giving this a 3.5 stars. So the next book that I read really took me by surprise. I was umming and ahhing about buying this, and I sort of skimmed through the first chapter. I saw a Captain America reference and I'm like, sold. This book was so much more than I expected it to be. It's about a girl named Gia. She has been dating a guy, and some of her friends don't actually believe that this guy exists, and so she's kind of debuting her relationship at her high school prom, but then he ends up breaking up with her in the car park. She doesn't know what to do now because if she goes in there alone, obviously her friends are going to think she's lying, so she sees a guy who happens to be in the car park dropping off his sister and kind of ropes him into being her fill-in boyfriend for the night. Of course, it doesn't stop there because his sister happens to be in Gia's grade at school and decides, well, you know what? If you're going to steal my brother and make him pretend to be your boyfriend for one night, you should return the favor. There's a bit of back and forth. I just love this book so much more than I thought I would. I know there's a lot of mixed reviews, but I really think it hit home on things like friendship jealousy, about having someone new come into your group and being afraid that your friends will love them more than you. And there was just a lot of things that I remember feeling when I was in high school. So it was actually quite an emotional read. I cried in the last sort of 100 pages or so of this book, and by the way, I read it all in one day. It was adorable, and Oh, this has become one of my favorite contemporaries of all time. I gave it a 4.5 stars. The final book that I read in June was The Beginning of Everything by Robin Schneider. This book was beautiful. It's about a boy named Ezra who is pretty much your golden boy. He's the captain of the tennis team, he's class president, he has a beautiful girlfriend and pretty much has everything going for him until one day he is involved in a hit and run and his knee shattered in the accident and he can no longer play sport. So basically he goes from being golden boy to having nothing at all. You think that it's a story about a homecoming king now gone, I don't know what you call a non-homecoming king anymore, falling in love with a new manic pixie dream girl, and it just was not. It was not that at all. And I loved the friendships in here. I loved what Ezra discovered about himself. Ezra is hilarious and has become one of my favorite contemporary narrators of all time. There was a lot of heartbreak in this book, but again, like the fill-in boyfriend, I think it's a perfect summery, light-hearted contemporary novel with a lot of powerful messages, which is exactly what I want from a contemporary novel. I don't just want to go in there and feel giddy and fall in love with the characters. I want to find something out of it, and The Beginning of Everything definitely delivered. So guys, that is it for my June wrap up. Thank you again for watching, and I'll speak to you all very, very soon. Bye now!